Well, well, well. Is this shit working? Let's find out. It looks like it's working. It looks like it's working. I'm backwards. You're forwards. We're gonna work on some more mouthing. Whatever that means. Um, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay. Is there anything on this layer? I don't think there's anything on this layer. An easy way to find out. Uh, oh, cool. Yeah, no, I love that the pen just isn't working. I just want to catch a fucking break. Come on. All right. The only way I know how to fix this is to just fucking close it and reopen it, which sucks. Here I was thinking I was all pre-prepared, ready to go. All right, is the pen working? The pen is still not working? Okay, no, it's working now. Okay. All right, we're in the clear. We're in the clear. All right, we're gonna work on mouths. Um, oh, this layer does have something on it. Wait, you see that? So if I hide this, what is it hiding? What's on this layer? I'm about to sneeze, by the way. Well, shit. Turn this light on. It's not going to help at all, but it's going to be on. Um, all right. So I don't think there's anything on this layer. Um, yeah, I don't see anything. So we'll just go with it. We'll start a new mouth. Okay. So we'll do pencil here. I believe we are on that one. So we'll just kind of, let's make it a thinner line. Come on. I should start like putting in an exact line or number or something. Let's see how 2 pixels does for us. All right. So if we go and then we go anything? Does that do anything for us? It doesn't feel like it does anything. Feels small. Okay. What do we think? It feels really small to me, but I can't really, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess we just kind of go for it, right? Um, so we'll put a pretend line here. And then we'll work on that, maybe. And for some reason they did this, which probably does a lot of heavy lifting, but I don't know what. Okay. We're gonna try some. Should I copy these lip colors? Or should I try something fresh? I feel like I should copy them, right? Because I feel like they kind of came out decent. So if I do that, well, that didn't take it. I guess because it's on a different layer, it won't let me take it. There we go. Okay. So now that should be in here. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so let's switch to painty brushy. We're going to zoom in quite a bit. We'll do the teeth later. Let's go ahead and reduce the size of this quite a bit. Maybe a little more, actually, than that. Okay. We can always erase if we've gotta. I don't think I like that, though. Can we zoom in more, or is that going to be too much? Might be too much. We can erase. That'll be fine. I think mine's too sharp over here. Alright, so let's add maybe a little bit of white to this. To try and blend this part better so it doesn't just look like I sent it. I know this is wasteful in terms of file size, and that didn't help at all. Alright. What if I just kind of send that? Okay. Alright, let's get Eraso Boy. We're gonna have to make this one real small. Come on. Yes, it's erasing. It's erasing. We're evolving. Okay. So zoom out. And that looks like absolute ass. Fuck. Fuck am I doing? Let's just keep going. It's one of those things where I think you have to like just keep going and ignore how stupid it looks. My phone going off. Who the fuck? Did I even tweet that I was going live? Who is liking this tweet from 2020? My friend. I guess it is my pinned tweet. It's the one that says if you if you out here reading this, you can read. I'm just surprised somebody is even, I guess, stalking my Twitter. To be fair, I think like every bot finds its way and like will like all your like latest tweets, and since it's a pinned one, it only shows up on top. So it's kind of like cheating to get one good tweet, if you know what I mean. Well, all my tweets are fucking bangers, but you already know that. I just produce banger after banger. Okay. All right, let us begin the erasure process. I need somebody to scream that when I'm doing it. Like Austin Powers, where is it Fraulein? Frau? She'll like start she'll she'll just fucking scream something. It'll scare everyone. Okay. So let's switch to that again. Move to that. Lower that. And and we always switch to pencil. Will pencil be a clearer? They kind of did like that for some reason. No, I did not mean to connect those, but there we go. If I zoom out, yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Maybe if I do like that. Still doesn't make any sense, does it? I think part of the problem is I don't understand what the fuck's going on here. So it doesn't really work. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's draw the teeth, and we'll see if that helps us at all. Okay. So they just kind of like went with a line. Which is probably the smart play to do. All right. I don't know if this makes sense as a mouth shape at all. Probably because of the way I'm doing it. I just don't know if it makes sense though. Okay. I guess what I'll try here is move that away. Selecto Deco tool. Shoot. I can't even tell if shit's selected. Alright, I'm gonna have to make it darker, I think. Alrighty. Let's see about making this darker. Maybe it's because it's not on the same... It might be because it's not on the same layer, but it doesn't seem to want to recognize anything that's on the lighter side. Kind of crazy how straight that segment came out. You know, I should deselect before I continue. I don't know that it really matters, but I need to remember to reselect. Okay, so we got that going. I guess we'll just commit to this tooth setup. Very toothsome, wow. What does that mean? Who knows? Apparently Stream Deck updated. Could have swore it updated like 2 days ago. I don't think I actually need to do this, but, or at least not right now. But I guess if we're doing it, we might as well do it. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right, now try, first off, let's try putting it on a separate layer because that would be ideal. All right, I cannot. So it has to be on the same layer, which I hate. Hopefully we've got the coverage. It doesn't look like it. It looks like we don't have coverage there. We can fix that, but let's just test first. So we have Selecto Dicko. So let's just do that. And we did not have the coverage. So it looks like we broke there. We broke there. You know, this sucks. All right. Can I manually, so if I do this, that gets most of it. Can I include that? I can't seem to select everything. That's so strange to me. Use selection as boundary, maybe? Does that help us? What if I deselect? Yeah, that might have to be how we do it. That sucks. I just don't see another way around it because, okay, I can darken these spots and like go through it, but it still might not get it. I guess we'll try to darken them first. So this is one of the spots. I believe that is as well. This doesn't even look connected technically, which I liked, but don't think we're gonna be able to get away with that. Okay. This is obviously not closed, which again I liked, but we can't get away with that. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, I think we've gotten most of it. Only way to know for sure is to try. Okay. So can I just like spam this a couple times or no? No. Okay. So we'll maybe do one, but I want it a little darker. So let's see if we can't. It's a little too dark, isn't it? Is that too dark? It's actually okay. What I can do is lighten it. We're just gonna have to kind of send her, bud. Something like that. But actually, you know, send her. This is a problem in that Okay. How do they do it? They do it like that. All right. So I'm already, of course, noticing quite a bit of things that I didn't really want to happen that have in fact happened. And that's like these little white spots all around where it clearly just looks like poorly fucking photoshopped in. So I'm gonna have to like come in and deselect and fix that in a little bit, but for now we're just gonna do this. I'm not liking this. I don't know. It just looks like this, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of did that. Like you can see the strokes and I don't want that. We might just have to live with that. Okay. So if I now deselect, God, that looks fucking terrible. All right. Okay. I think I need to fatten the lower lip. I don't know how I'm going to do that at this point, but I do need to do it. But this is obviously a huge fucking problem. All right. So we're going to switch to that, and I guess, where's the drippy tool? We'll drip tool that, and we'll just pixel fill that in. Okay. Like, on the one hand, this is fine. It doesn't have to be fast, and taking my time like this kind of makes it better. But on the other hand, I wish, like, it almost is more inconvenient to have to come back and do this. Like, I wish I didn't have to do this. I guess I just have to get better at using the selection tool. I don't understand how it would select white stuff or black stuff, but like it wouldn't get anything else that was clearly like a denoted line. Okay, so let's use selecto deco and switch to that. Okay. There's that. Selecto deco tool. Bada boom. Bada bing. All right. Feel like I didn't press right on a lot of this like outer rim area, but we're just gonna live with it for now. Um, so we gotta address the bottom lip kind of being weirdly thin, don't we? How do I do this at this point? Because we have multiple layers of black line because we had fucking issues with it. So I darkened it. So if I do this and then try to move it, okay, we move that and that's fine. But also it might be easier to just erase all of the outer lower lip. Maybe that's the play. Just erase, go to every layer. I know this is kind of shit, but I think we just go to every layer and we entirely redo the bottom. I think that's the only option we've got. I think I might redo some of that as well. So this is 17, so we need to do that. We need to remove that. Let's go to 18, I guess. Yep, because we had to do the darker line for the selectee tool. All right, so let's go back to 17 for that. And let's make this look right. And then we'll go from there. First off, that don't look right. And that don't look right. All right, we'll deal with that later. All right. So they just like kind of went fat with it, didn't they? And I think that's going to look better overall. The problem is getting it to feel right. What if I do more like something like that and then just kind of come up and go like that? I hate that it's getting darker, but there's not really anything I can do at the moment. Okay. So we got it going. Just like Stacy's mom, she's got it going on. Who's Stacy? I don't know, but you know, she's classic. All right. Fuck was that? Okay. That last one, maybe we undo. I said maybe did it freeze? Huh? There we go. Hmm. So they tried to cheese it by like, I think like doing like this and then like that. I don't know. I think I might approach it a little differently. Should I do that? Probably not. But we're doing it. You know, we're always doing it like they do in the back of the lack. Okay. All right. Sure. Should have done this on the other layer now that I'm thinking about it, but it's too fucking late. Because I kind of like how this looks and I don't want to change it. All right, let's shrink that. Okay. I don't know why I just reselected the tool I was on, but I'll fucking do it again. Fantastic. Okay. What if we, nobody will know, right? Nobody's gonna fucking know. Alright? No snitching. No snitching. Alright. So let's, redo over this in black. Why on this layer? Because I forgot to switch. Just like last time. Alright, so if we zoom out. It's, I feel like it's better, but it's not great. Kind of seems like they got a swollen lip, which is exactly why I've decided, we're done. It's not getting any better, alright? It's just not. This isn't group 20, fuck you. This is, mouth number 8. And it's locked. It's done. You're done. If I keep going, I'm just gonna hate it more and more. And I think this is like acceptable. I maybe wanted to do a little better with the lips, but I got distracted as fuck. So, what can you do? Yippee. Fuck. We're gonna have to start drawing some skin. I hate skin. You know, looking at it, I kind of like it. I mean, it's not what I wanted. It's like that. It's this thing where it's not what I can envision in my mind. Like nothing comes out that way. I can't translate that to pen. But I do kind of like it. And I think it's because it's like my first time really doing an okay job with like color blending. I'm not saying it's good, but it's like, you know, it works. Like the closer you zoom in, the stupider this looks. Does that say OEO? I don't know. It does. I've been trying to do that for each one where it was long enough. Um, but you know, I think it came out generally all right. I think this is a little thicker. It was way too thin before. Now it's just a little bit too thick. And I kind of wanted the purpley stuff here, or the pink stuff rather, like the lip here, but I kind of forgot to go back and fix that. So now it just kind of looks strange. But like it's okay, you know? Like you kind of forget about those things because of how clean this mouth thing is, like the inner mouth is comparatively. It almost looks like two different people drew it, which is not ideal. All right, this is going to be a problem. Now the question is, it looks like the way they did this, right, is we're gonna maybe pick some sort of tan. So what would that be in like a reddish orange maybe, and then like a taupe. So it looks to me like what they did was no, that didn't. Okay, how do I do this? Well, that's not quite right. There we go. It looks like this is probably what they did. Maybe just a different brush that had like better fade, and then they drew on that just to get the skin color. This is obviously not a great skin color. It's more like something. This is like a landlord. Um, you know, this is what color the landlord paints the stucco, which they shouldn't do anyway. But it's the landlord special, so that's why they do it. I need something like a little more peachy. Okay, that looks terrible. I do like that. It's not too bad. My concern is it's a it's got a shade of like peach in it that might match the lips we've been using. I know this one doesn't have lip. It does have tongue. And you know, I love giving tongue, but what? What? All right. You know what? Okay, just give 1 second. I want to see how this one comes out. That might be closer to what they used, and they just kept kind of doing it. I don't know. That'd be good for making a blush. You know what I mean? Okay, I feel like okay, so now we can edit redo. Um I feel like working with some of these like large color swaths kind of fuck with the way my eyes are seeing things. I don't know what it is. I guess it's because it's right next to white. All right, so let's switch to that. Let's make sure we're on black. Okay. So this is going to be the hardest one yet because it's got a nose we have to consider. So let's consider that our background now. Let's go ahead and go up. Where do I start? I mean, it technically doesn't matter. I think I start with the mouth. It's already too big, I think. Okay. So if I keep this up, the tongue, well, their tongue goes off the peach anyway. I mean, sometimes you gotta leave it on the peach, right? I don't know. I don't like it because it's kind of off center, though. If I'm gonna do that, I might as well do it down here. Okay. Let's see about a nose action here. They have the nose really close to the mouth, which maybe it's supposed to be. I don't know. I'm learning. It's just me noticing it. Okay. So if I mean, that looks like literally fucking nothing right now. But if I zoom out, can we like make that out? No, we can't. So they took up the entire space of theirs. But also, I think theirs is smaller in a way, but bigger. I don't know. But also, it doesn't really matter. Oh, jeez. Should I try and match that? Maybe my starting point is just too big. You know, I think we live with it. It's not like it matters, right? This isn't the whole head. We're just trying to work on the mouth. In fact, this might even be better for me because then I can like cut out the mouth if I ever want to try and like copy this, and it'll give me like some decent perspective and I won't have to worry too much. I still didn't like what we had there though. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So let's try and do this. No. I feel like that's too steep. I don't know what it is about it. Okay. Feels too steep as well, but it's really only so much I can do here, right? Maybe I zoom back in. Okay. Too steep. Probably not steep enough, to be honest, but we're just going to send it. And then we'll kind of... It's getting worse every time I do something. Alright, fuck it. Who cares if it doesn't go off like that when I do the tongue? The tongue's not going to look good anyway. Okay. So now we'll do this. And then we'll do that. And we'll do this. It's fine if it doesn't look exactly like whatever they did, because who cares, right? I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to do what I feel like works for me. In some cases, right, where I just have no clue what I'm doing. But like this is just literally a series of lines. I don't need to copy their exact like wishbone shape, 2-line, 1-line thing. It doesn't matter. It's just supposed to be like some form of shading, I believe, to like denote that this is like approaching the edge of something while adding maybe some level of shape. Does theirs look better? Sure, but it's more than that for the reason. Okay. We'll just stop messing with that because it already doesn't look right. Okay. Let's move to a new layer. And we'll try and draw a tongue outline. So this is going to be a problem, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. How do I do this? You know what? I'm supposed to fucking do this. Alright, I kind of like this part. But you know what? It's not sticking out at the right angle, I don't think. So I need it to kind of come out like this. And all the way out. And then start curving like this. And then like I need it to like somehow curve up. But like that doesn't really work. It's like weirdly too long. It is also partially because of this. Maybe I cut it in. Maybe that'll help. Hold on. What if I try and salvage this? Because I do think this part kind of looks okay. So if I try and salvage it like that, we'll deselect. And we got to kind of come up like that a little bit. That's not good, but that's sort of what I was going for. So I need to like, how did they do this? Okay. I think that's our closest one yet, but I just don't feel like it works looking at it. So now we'll put a little tongue job there. No. To try and give it some level of curvature. I don't know. That doesn't really work for me. I mean, I feel like the original works. I don't think I would ever draw it because I don't think people like it works visually is what I mean. I don't think that's actually something most people can even physically do. That's a lot of tongue, to be honest. But or at least the way it's drawn, like that's like the back of your tongue sticking out of the front of your your lips there. Um Shit. What do we do? Guess we just gotta try and roll with it. So can I don't think it's gonna get any better than this. Can I pull this off by any chance? I don't think so. Yeah, we definitely can't. Okay. Um go back to black. Okay, that's right. I gotta deselect now and redo this. You know what? Maybe the clean line stuff will help me kind of like this better. Yeah, it doesn't. All right, so now if I do that, nothing. If I do that, nothing. If I do that, I think we got it. Really only one way to find out, unfortunately. So let's maybe try that one. A little darker than I'd like. That's a little better. We do those. And now we will swap to that on the same color. Sorry, we did the wrong thing. Swap to that on the same color. Nope, same color. I forgot we're at like a massive pen size, so let's stop that shit. Right the fuck away. Okay. We can add those black lines back. Does it suck that we have them as like a data entry point? Sure, whatever. But it's not that big a deal. Okay. Um so let's do the whitening strat. What do we think? It's a little too white. Can we do this one first? Sure can. It's like it's getting too light in some spots. God damn it, dude. I don't want to keep picking up my pen because that will add like layers of light and darkness, but I can't seem to consistently. What if I start over here? But I like, no matter what, it seems to like get, when I do like turns, I can't seem to like consistently keep pressure. That's on me, but man, is it frustrating. Okay, so that's one pass, if you will. I did kind of want a little more up here. Okay. It's not quite what I wanted. I think we're gonna cool it on those. Um, so let's deselect. We'll try and add these little, that is white. Okay. Add these little grill marks here. I don't know what the fuck they're supposed to be, alright. So if I zoom out, how's this looking? Not right. I don't like the way the tongue like gets kind of thicker at the end, but I don't know how to terminate this curve to show like curved tongue into another curve without it like turning into, you know, either that, right, or that or something. Like I don't know how to do that. So we're just going to live with this for now. It's not great. I don't like it, but it is what it is. All right. So let's move on from that part. I wish maybe there's a way to do this. All right, what does this do? All right, that does that. That closes that. What is that? I don't know what any of that means. Okay. That doesn't do anything. Okay. Well, that sucks. All right, I should stop fucking with stuff. I don't, there's probably a way to do this. I don't know it, but I wish I could have like a palette. So like save a tongue palette, save the other palette so that I don't have to remember exactly which color I was using for what and why, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and I need help. I need every cheat code I can get. It's way too dark. Think there's a fix for this? I should just not press as hard, right? Hold on. Okay. We're just gonna live with that for now. They actually didn't really even have most of this top part, did they? You can get rid of all of that, which is fine by me. Really only had like a little bit of darkness here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Come to talk with you again. Okay. Interesting. They kind of cut it off here. I guess they're trying to create like shadows. Sure, this looks okay if I zoom out, but I don't really like looking at it, you know? Okay. Yeah, let's stop what we're doing right there for a sec. Can we try and do this for the nose as well? For this, we'll maybe do like a little bit darker here. And then we'll switch to white. And let's try and actually do some blending here. And then I don't know why I have a habit of like reselecting the thing even when I want to just change shape. Or change size. From like zoomed out, it looks kind of decent. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the tongue, but that's the worst part that stands out. Zoomed in, I don't like how poorly blended like these shadows, if you can call them that, ended up. And I don't really know what I can do about it other than maybe try and lighten them. Maybe if I will do like a new layer for just literally just another darkening sesh, if you will. Let's get it a tan. Maybe add like a little bit of character here. Actually, what if we remove that? Oh, that's fine. Kind of closer to how they did theirs. And then, you know, just send her, bud. Okay. I don't hate it. It's not great, though, is my thing. I think this one's a lost cause. We're moving on. You know how it is. So was this number 9? No, not on you. Oh, you know what? I forgot to lock it. That's why there's another fucking layer inside. Okay. No, it's another. It's one of these. I might skip the one after this because I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like a worse version of the one we did. This one that we did earlier. But the one we're on now kind of looks like Deku pouting, honestly. Ah. I guess we just do it the same way. I know part of me thinks like as I've been doing these, some of them are so similar, so I've been like maybe I should just skip them, but I feel like we shouldn't skip them because just because I think it's similar and won't be particularly difficult, I guess. It's work I need to do to, get better, right? Like who cares if it's not the hardest thing in the world? All right, so for this, we did that. Fuck, what was our skin color? I guess we can just do this. God, I'm lazy. And then we just fucking maxed out brush size. And then like, what? Okay. Okay. So now, back on it. It's way too big. There we go. It's a little closer to the edge though, so let's move it away, shall we? There we go. That'll do. It's a little bigger. It's also, I think, a little lighter, which is fine. Fuck it. This person's whiter. Maybe the next mouth will try and do a darker skin, because I think that's good practice as well. Um, Maybe I should try and do all the rest of them on a skin palette thing, just to like get different tones that I think might work. I mean, to be fair, there's plenty of like characters in anime and VTubers who are like blue skinned or green skinned or some shit. So also, I think did that shit stop? Okay, it didn't stop tracking my hands. Jesus Christ. I actually kind of hate this face. I don't know. It looks like crumpled paper. I hate it whenever it shows up in anime. I know it's supposed to be like pouty lower lip type of deal, but it just kind of creeps me out. It's not right. All right, let's zoom the fuck in. Maybe a little more. I don't know how I fucked that up. That's fine. I know it's kind of technically like the opposite of what was there, but this is fine. Okay. Thanos? What if we draw a nostril first, and we draw nostril? Okay. And we give them the triple lines of decreasing length. But it doesn't really work because I did it wrong. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, bro. Fine. We'll fix your fucking stupid ass nose. Alright. Good enough for me. Yeah, Yeah, I think we're done. That's good, right? So many fucking colors. Which one? Which one? What was I using? I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna shrink this bitch down. Okay. Am I on a fresh layer? No. Let's fresh layer at this. How did they do it? Okay, so they actually like, hold on. They leaned into it. Hold on. Hold on. How do I do this? So let's do that. And then it kind of comes up, right? Now, for me, it doesn't really look like there's a huge, it could just be the angle I'm looking at this on. Can I open image in new tab, zoom in a little bit? Yeah, like the chin doesn't look like it's any bit of a different color. Like all of the shading seems to come from like the nose and whatnot, which I'm not saying is necessarily a problem, but I feel like that makes the chin kind of look a little flat. And I might try and do my own thing with that. You know what I mean? I feel like this looks really flat. I think it really works all right with theirs because they did it so close to the edge of the circle that it kind of makes it look like that's like the curvature of the chin. Like bro's just got the most severe overbite of all time. And like, you know, a very punchable jaw. Like if this bro doesn't grow a beard soon to hide how in his jaw is, he's gonna be made fun of. So since I didn't draw mine right, I think maybe we have to like do something. I don't know what though. We'll wait on that, I guess. Um, okay. So let's try and blend this. Okay. And then let's actually erase most of the bottom here that we did. You know, I enjoy me some apple bottom, but not some whatever this is. You know? Sure, let's go back to this. There we go. Actually, no, let's do this one. Let's try and merge this just a bit. Yeah, I don't think that did anything. Okay. Getting a little too white there, I think. All right. So how do we do this? Like what do I do here to make this not feel like just three random fucking lines I put here? Because I don't feel like that really did a whole hell of a lot. Do I like need an extra bit there? Does that do anything for us? Maybe I need to change their angle. Like come in a little more severely. I don't know. I feel like this is okay. I think this is also just kind of okay. I definitely needs the like outline I've put on them. Turns out I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Who knew? It was me. I knew. Everyone knew. All right, how do I pull this off? So let's go to this layer. Yoink that. I'm trying to aim these so that they like hit just right. I think that might be it. So let's deselect for now. I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Mostly because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let's add a fresh layer. Let's try and darken things to see if any of that helps. So that, yeah, that kind of lines up with that. I did not, well, you know what? Hold on. I actually kind of like how that's looking though. Give me a second here. Let me cook. Okay. That's not bad. Kind of gives it like a little extra shadow feeling. Like maybe these like accenty parts could use that. Anyway, let's fucking switch to black. Because we're back in black. Okay. I wonder if the placement of the nose affects how I'm feeling about this too. Maybe I should look into, should I move the entirety of the nose? Like maybe that would help it feel, you know? That's a lot of movement I've got to do. I guess in theory, actually, since I'm moving the entirety of the nose, as long as I don't take the background, it shouldn't be that bad, right? So if I take that and just like, okay. What? Huh? Wait, did I put that on the original layer? Oh, you know what? I have to do the, yeah, there we go. Okay. What? Give that shit back. How am I? All right, here we go. Deselect all of those. Gib a nose. There we go. Round and round the nose goes. Where it ends up, nobody knows. Fuck. Yeah, that seems all right. It's good enough for me. I don't know what I just selected. I just told you to deselect, bro. What the fuck? All right, it is fully deselected. All right. That doesn't work at all. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's move it here, maybe. That's better. I don't know if it works, but that's better. I think I'm just slowly moving it back to where it was. Oh, fuck, I got the whole thing. I mean, it's kind of fine if I slowly move it back to where it was, because then that just confirms for me. I think this isn't quite where it was, and I think this is the best so far. But, you know, that making that mistake confirms for me that, you know what, maybe I was right. You know, I just needed to see for myself what I did wrong or right. I think part of it maybe is this part's a little longer than I'd like, you know, looking at it now, but it's not terrible. Let's zoom out actually. I think that might give us a little extra perspective on it. Yeah, so that part's a little longer, but you know, overall, I think that looks like a couple of lines. Like it's just a couple of lines, but you know, I like that each one I've done has like been a completely different size. Like we started off small, we got a little larger and more detailed. We went small and poorly detailed. We went large and poorly detailed. We went small and poorly detailed, small and poorly detailed, medium size and overly detailed. And then we went larger, right? It increased in size, got a little more detailed, increased in size, got more detailed, increased in size again, got once again like somehow less detailed but more detailed. The next one's gonna be like it's gonna be like the things of the solar system where it's like this speck is the Earth, and this speck, right? This 2 pixel wide thing is Mars. This bowling ball sized object is Jupiter. Here is our sun as a speck next to the largest sun in our galaxy. Lock it up, get it out of here. Do I want to start a new one? I feel like this one's gonna be really hard because, for one, I fucked up my spacing by not being consistent. And two, there's like a lot of more intricate lines here that like it somehow looks to me, honestly, it looks like the least well made and well done on this page. Like obviously like these teeth ones where especially like the last one where there's like a ton of extra line work added. It looks like this one was just kind of, you know, I did that, I did that, and then I did the pink outline, and that's good enough for me. Right? That's kind of how it felt, and that's kind of how it looks. And honestly, looking what I just did, I kind of like it. That's good enough for me. Fucking pen. Get your ass back here. All right, we're gonna not do. I wanted to do the background for each one going forward, like the little peachy color, because I kind of like learning how to blend a little bit in some spots. I think I won't though because it's taking up too much space the way I'm doing it. Like I don't have the proportion skills yet, so we'll hold back. So we're on a new layer. Do that. Let's do that. We'll just draw that like that, and then like that. How's that? That actually looks like a crack in my screen, the way I drew that. I don't know how I did that. I didn't like it though. I really don't like this. I mean, it's on me for drawing it like this, but I kind of want to just go for this. You know what I mean? I don't think I like this mouth shape. So the more I look at it, the more I think about doing it, the less I like it and the less I want to work on it. So I'm just kind of like trying to send it right now. I think that's just what I have to do, because otherwise I'm just going to sit here and like be like, "Oh, you know what? I fucking hate this." And I'm just going to keep erasing it over and over again. All right, so we got a little bit of color to work with. I don't remember which one was the actual fucking lip color. So fuck it. Good enough for me. It's not, by the way. I'm very upset with that. I'm gonna freak out. All right, we're gonna try a new strat of not being as careful from the start. I know we're supposed to erase as little as possible to save file size. But you know what? I have however many gigs of RAM. If it can't fucking handle it, that's its problem. I'd say we just buy more, but I don't think I can afford more in this state of emergency, if you will. Okay. So let's get back in here. Let's try and add like maybe a little bit of, you know. Do I need to do anything on this one? Maybe a little bit here. How's that? Looks like shit. All right, that's fine. Who cares? Okay. Let's do one more. We're going to do the insidey bit of the mouth. We're going to have to zoom in for this because we got to double trace over our steps so that we can actually fucking magi tool this shit. Just keep going. I don't care, even though that kind of fucking looks like a slug or something. This looks like a sea snail. I don't know. But I hate it. But if I just keep ignoring the fact that I don't like it, maybe at some point I will like it. Like, maybe once the finished product is here. Why isn't this selecting? Are you fucking serious? Alright, fuck it. We're just gonna see if we can trick it into thinking it can do this. Praise be to the Creator God. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, apparently that's way too small. Actually, oh, okay. I guess it escaped containment. That's not what I was hoping for. So I will have to shrink that down. Actually, fuck it. Let's do this. That's on that. Let's just work as fine as possible. Come on. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Do I hate it? Yes, I do. Nothing to like about this mouth shape, but it's weird. I don't know what it is. It's just weird. I don't feel like I've ever seen. I think what it is I've never seen a human being do this with their mouth in my entire life. Maybe if they were chewing bubble gum and about to spit it at me, which has not actually happened, so I haven't seen that. It was only spearmint gum, never bubble gum. Jesus. All right, so we got that. Now they left theirs mostly uniformly colored, and they also end theirs a lot sooner, so we got like a lot of weirdness going on here. But like I said, if I don't send it, I'm just gonna keep thinking about how the whole thing is weird. Because who who does this with their mouth? Who does this? What is that? It's like it's stroke victim doing duck face. That's what this is. That's what that is. I'm sorry. Um, to people who have had a medical emergency and can't do duck face anymore. But it's probably for the best because you really shouldn't be doing duck face. You look like an idiot. And this is what you would look like if you did. So I hope you get well though. And learn that duck face is fucking stupid. You gotta stop. Stop it. Get some help. Okay. Maybe lighten it just a smidgen more, shall we? Shall we? Maybe like one more run right about here. Just for a little extra blendage. A blendage. Okay. It's not too terrible. Let's figure out what the fuck we were doing right about here. But let's go back. I think I erased this because it came over. All right. Same thing for right there. But now that we've got it magic selected, it should stay in its own fucking lane, which is kind of nice. I think it is. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Okay. All right. I say we deselect. We switch to black. We can't afford Vanta black. That's fine. I don't support the monopoly on that anyway. It's a fucking color, you idiot. Um, so we'll just use normal black. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm drawing it. See, I feel like that might be too long. I don't fucking care. Nobody's ever complained about an extra inch of mouth, right? Or an extra inch in general. Some people would kill for that. Okay. So up close, um, if we go ahead and just like maybe do this, it looks like a vulva. Um, so that's a good sign because they're made out of the same cells. So if we zoom out, no, it still looks like a pussy. All right. Fuck. What the fuck is this? I really thought if I just like ignored the fact that it looks really stupid in the original. I can't do it. How did this get turned into mouth zero? Didn't I say 10? Your bitch ass over here. I'm pretty sure I didn't originally capitalize the M, by the way. So, yeah, at some point I just started capitalizing the M. All right, seriously, I hate this mouth. We'll never probably use this mouth. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, the fact that mine is worse than the original somehow. You know what? To be fair, I didn't. Maybe let's change it. Let's change it. Maybe we can fix it. We can salvage it. Why can't I zoom in? There we go. We did forget one step. We forgot one step. It's not really working. Is it because I'm not on the layer? Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit here to try and like trick you into thinking it's curved. Sometimes they like to have a curve in it. Okay. Let's lock it. Lock it down. Get it out of here. Stop editing it. Okay. Why can't I fucking zoom anymore? There we go. Maybe I have too many fucking layers. Okay. Let's ignore the fact that I didn't like the original. The original is better. I just don't like that shape of mouth. What is this mouth shape for? I don't understand. Like, is it... Who does that with... Like, nobody does that, right? Like, forget the fact that, you know, looking at the original, I couldn't capture its glory. I don't think anyone does that. The next one kind of makes a little more sense. Like, because they got the teeth, and it's kind of like Gur, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the thing. I think this is maybe supposed to be like, but like once again, only half the mouth is moving for that. I feel like your whole, you know, if you're, I don't know how to pronounce it, but holy fuck. It's like supposed to be a TCH face, you know what I mean? Like pathetic kind of deal. Like, is there a reason I can't do this here? Oh, there we go. Like, that's the noise I think you're supposed to, onomatopoeia-wise, that's the noise it's supposed to be making. But I don't feel like that expresses it at all. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like this is not a good shape. Like, both the original and obviously mine is particularly bad. All right. Come on. Get that out of here. I'm lifting the pen too far. That's the problem. Okay. Now, I do like the next one. Like I said, that's kind of like a, you know, sassy, angry look. Like, you're so angry that you don't even want to scowl, but like you can't not. Like, I get that one. Like, almost everyone on this page, except for the other one, like Granny sitting licking lips to suck some dick, top right, that we did the other day. Um, you know, that's that one. Almost every other one makes some level of sense. I know I hated this one, but I just hate the way that looks. I feel like that one's like a decent way to express it. Plus, I'm pretty sure I have a cousin whose chin literally fucking scrunches up like that. I don't know how the fuck he does it. Anyway, uh, I think maybe next time I'm on, I'll do the next one because I do like that one, but I don't think I got time to do it for today. So thanks for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I think we did some pretty decent ones today. I think these two came out pretty well. I don't like the tongue so much on that, but overall, I think it came out pretty well. This definitely just looks like maybe I should draw porn. Should I just, you know? I mean, that's not bad, right? It's a good start. That's like the internal colon shot that everyone loves. Anyway, thanks for being what? Thanks for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your day, night, whatever it is for you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get off for now. I'll probably stream Ark or whatever the fuck we play later tonight. But until then, I will hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye.